Welcome to Penguins TV. My hair looks wet. I've had an ice pack on my head there. Another headache. I've had a lot lately, but it is what it is. Won't cause me from missing this. Penguins win tonight 3-0 over the Washington Terrible Jerseys. That's right, the Washington Terrible Jerseys. I have a problem with the Washington Capitals wearing a jersey that blue. Looks like the Columbus Blue Jackets. Looks like St. Louis Blues. Looks even a little bit like the terrible Florida Panthers jersey. Maybe you like them. I don't. I think it might have cost them the game tonight. Okay, so Penguins win 3-0. Let's get into it. The Washington Capitals were wearing blue jerseys with a W on it. Is what it is. Penguins were in their road whites with yellow and black trim, and they won the game 3-0. No Malkin, no Ovechkin, no Carlson, no problem. Let's get into it. We finished the season series 6-2, just like we did against the Islanders. That's very good. Let's get into some stats here. Team stats. Shots on goal were 26-23 for the Penguins. Hits were 31-18 for the Capitals. Faceoffs won 30-23 for the Penguins, so that's good. We were 0 for 2 on the power play, and we killed the one power play that the Caps had, so that's good. We had 7 minutes in penalties, and they had 9. Brendan Dillon got into a fight with Teddy Bluger, and I'm glad Teddy Bluger didn't stay in it. So 9 minutes for the Caps, 7 minutes for us. Block shots, 11 for us, 9 for the Capitals. Takeaways, we had 9, Capitals had 3. Giveaways, we only had 4, and the Capitals had 9. So we really outplayed them in every facet of the game except for hits, which is not a big surprise. Teams built differently that way. Let's get into team stats and the box score. Okay, here we go. Pittsburgh Penguins, Zach Aston Reese played third line minutes, and again he played 15 minutes and 20 seconds again. 1 minute and 11 seconds of it was shorthanded. He had 22 shifts, he had 3 hits, he had a block shot, he had 3 shots on goal, he played a good game. Teddy Bluger, of course, his centerman, had a penalty for a 5-minute major, 1 hit, 20 shifts, 12:36 in ice time. Jeff Carter, our second line center, had a goal, was +1, had a shot, had 1 giveaway, 24 shifts and 17:29. So he's been playing about 18 minutes a game lately. I really like that. 1 minute and 37 seconds was on the power play, and 1:22 was short-handed. Sidney Crosby had no points, but he was +2, which is nice. The last few games he has not been. He had 2 block shots, a hit, a takeaway, 25 shifts, and only 19:07 in ice. I love it. Have you noticed, guys, lately, and I'm sure Mike Sullivan's starting to notice, that when Sid's been playing less lately and we spread out the minutes through the lineup, the Penguins have been winning more frequently, and I like that. Sid played 19:07, 221 of it was on the power play. I really, really like that total for him. Frederick Gudo was in the lineup. He played well again. He had 2 shots on goal. He had 1 takeaway, 19 shifts for 11:23 in ice time, 2 seconds on the power play, 38 seconds were shorthanded. Jake Gensel, Sid Crosby's left winger, had +2 with 1 shot on goal. He had a block shot. He had 25 shifts for 18:45, so always within 30 seconds of Sid. He had 221 on the power play. Kasperi Kapanen was +1, another good game for Kasperi with 2 shots on goal. He had a block shot, 22 shifts, and 15:59 in ice time. That's great, playing with Jeff Carter and Jared McCann on that second unit. He had 1 minute and 37 seconds on the power play, and I cannot say enough good things about Kasperi Kapanen, the way he's playing, the way he steals pucks, a couple a game. He just reads the play and gets a chance. It's really impressive to watch. He's very, very skilled and instinctual that way. I like what I see. Sam Lafferty, who almost got into a fight with Tom Wilson at the end of the game. I'm glad he didn't, but he's the only guy on our team capable of going there. Maybe Cody Ceci, but really a mismatch, and I'm glad that didn't happen. Sam Lafferty had 2 shots on goal. He had 4 hits, which is great. He's had 4 and 5 hit games consistently lately. He had a takeaway, 15 shifts, only 9 minutes in ice. He had 2 seconds of power play. That's okay. I like Lafferty in the game. Jared McCann was +1 with 2 shots, playing with Jeff Carter and Kasperi Kapanen. He had 2 hits, 1 takeaway, 1 giveaway, 20 shifts for 15:04 in ice. I'm fine with that. 1 minute and 10 seconds on the power play. McCann looks good every game. Super impressed with him playing with Carter or Malkin when he gets back. Brian Rust was the story in this one, along with Tristan Jarry. Brian Rust had a gorgeous breakaway goal in the first period where Sid stayed back so Rust could get the shot off. It was unassisted. Then he had a ridiculous breakaway goal where he beat Orlov, the Caps defenseman, and the goaltender for Washington. It was just gorgeous. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch both of Brian Rust's goal tonight. In particular, the second goal might have been the Penguins' goal of the year. It was right up there. It was absolutely beautiful. He was +2 with 3 shots on goal. He had 2 block shots. He had a hit. He had a takeaway. He had 25 shifts, 18:35 in time on ice, and 2 minutes and 21 seconds was on the power play. Colton Sevier playing fourth line right wing with Sam Lafferty and Frederick Gaudreau, who I am much bigger fan of than Mark Jankowski, who Gaudreau came in for him. I like that. And Sevier had 2 shots on goal. He had a block shot. He had a hit. He had a takeaway. He had 16 shifts and 10:04 in ice time. 2 seconds on the power play, 49 seconds on the penalty kill. And last but not least, Jason Zucker playing on that third line. He seems to fit in really nicely with Zach Aston Reese and Teddy Bluger in there where Brandon Tanev would normally be. It's a good problem to have, all the different moving parts we have. He had 1 shot. He had a penalty for 2 minutes. He had 2 hits, 24 shifts for 15:48 in total ice, and 1 minute and 37 seconds of it was on the power play. Let's get into the defense. Now, we lost Mike Matheson in the second period when Tristan Jarry shot a puck straight up into his face. It was a lot of blood. I'm sure he'll be back in a game or two. If this was a playoff game, I'm sure he would have been back, but I'm glad he didn't come back tonight. We won this game 3-0 quite handily. It never seemed like it was in doubt, even though against a good team like this, you never know. So Mike Matheson had 1 shot. He had 1 hit. He played 15 shifts for a total of 9:28 in total ice and lots of blood. Okay, Marcus Pettersson had 1 shot on goal, 1 block shot, 18:54, which is way too much ice, but it is what it is. 1 minute and 28 was on the power play, and he had 23 shifts. John Marino, who I'd like to see get more ice, but is often paired with Marcus Pettersson, had 2 shots, 25 shifts, 22:04 in ice. I like that. 1:45 in power play time, 48 seconds on the penalty kill. He was absolutely fantastic. Chris Letang, another great game, 1 assist, +3. That's nice to see after a couple of games off, along with the rest of the first line in the minus category. He was +3 with the assist and 2 shots. He had a takeaway. He had 2 giveaways, which is a little uncharacteristic. He had 28 shifts, and he had 26-28 in total ice. 3:07 was on the power play. 48 seconds was in the penalty kill. Last game he played over 29 minutes. Tonight he played over 26 due to a variety of reasons. Not a huge fan of Letang playing this much in the regular season. It is what it is. I know he can play it. I just don't want him to. Brian Dumoulin was +3 with a shot. He had a block shot. He had a hit. He had a takeaway. He had 27 shifts for 22-29 in total ice, and 1 minute and 12 of it was on the penalty kill. Last but not least, Cody Ceci. He had a block shot, a hit, and a takeaway. 23 shifts and 19:27 in ice. 30 seconds on the power play, and as per usual, 1 minute and 12 on the penalty kill. Ceci continues to be fantastic. Tristan Jarry was dynamic. He was fantastic. He was sharp. 23-23 for saves, and I'll tell you what, there were a few in there that were pretty good. This was not just an easy outing. He made some really good saves. We were the better team all night. They were the better team for about 8 minutes in the third period, and that's it. But Jarry and Rust were the difference. Very pleased with this game. We're now 6-2 to finish the season against the Capitals. That's beautiful. We're 6-2 to finish the season against the Islanders. That's beautiful. We're 3-5 to finish the season against the Bruins. Not as good. So I don't care if we finish first place. If we play the Bruins, I don't want it. Right now, we're in first place in the division, and the Bruins stay in fourth. So what I want to do is I want to avoid the Bruins. I would like to play the Islanders, preferably, or the Capitals, and then have that other team beat the Bruins, which I think would be the case. So let's go back and look at the standings here, guys. I don't want to go over my time. I know because I haven't verified my channel yet because of issues. I can't go over 15 minutes. Let's go look at the standings right now reflected with this win. We now have 71 points, so we're now in first place in this division. We have 2 more wins than the Capitals, even though they have a game in hand. So what would that mean? If they win that game in hand, they'd have 33 wins, and they would tie us at 71 points. But we would have more wins than them, so we would stay in first place. The Islanders are at 67, and Boston's at 66. Boston has a game in hand on both the Islanders or the Capitals, so that's good news for us. Let's hope the Boston bumps up. to end up in the middle if we stay at first. We don't want Boston in the first round. I think we can beat them, but they'd certainly been my least favorite pick out of the three. I'd rather beat the Islanders. I'd rather beat Washington and not have to face Boston at all. That would be ideal. Things are looking good. Mike Matheson injury. It was a shot directly up to his face. It wouldn't have traveled more than 5-6 feet right off Tristan Jarry's stick. You could tell he felt bad about it, but it didn't change his focus, which I really liked. He ended the game with a 3-0 shutout. Our defense was good. The Capitals definitely didn't look as good without Ovechkin and Karlsson, but last game they looked good without them. And I thought Malkin was going to play tonight. I'm fine that he didn't. I just thought he would. They want to take their time with Malkin. There's no reason to bring him back early when we're playing as one of the best teams in the NHL right now. The only reason you want to get Malkin back in is because he's Malkin, and you want to give him some time to get into a rhythm back into that lineup before the playoff starts. Malkin often takes a little while to get that engine running. Then once that engine's running, there's very few players in the NHL, maybe obviously Connor McDavid, and I'll still go McKinnon in Colorado that can take over a game over the way of Evgeny Malkin can. Malkin was only at about 95% before he got injured, and he was still one of the top 2 or 3 players in the NHL for a solid month. So the idea is to get him back with some games played. The problem is we're running out of runway. Do we want to bring him back if there's any chance he's too soon? No, because we want to make sure he's healthy. But you want him to get some games in. We have 5 games left. We've got Monday and Tuesday in Philadelphia. No, we've got 4 games left. We've got Monday and Tuesday in Philadelphia, and we've got Thursday and Saturday in Buffalo. I know he'll be back. I just don't know when. Evan Rodriguez is day-to-day with whatever kind of freak injury he had last game. And I would assume Mike Matheson is going to be day-to-day with a facial injury. Okay, so things look good. Feel good about this win. Get excited. This team is getting ready. All the parts are moving well. The only thing that we need to know is when is Brendan Tanev coming back, likely in the first round, and when will Malkin be back? Will he be back Monday? Will he be back Tuesday? Will he be back Thursday? He will be back. Evan Rodriguez will likely slot in as well, although I will say Sam Lafferty played very well, and so did Colton Sevier. So where does he go? Probably Colton Sevier's spot. Comments down below. Please do. Your subscriptions mean everything to me here on YouTube and also on Twitch. They mean a lot to me as well. Thank you for your patronage. And if you like the channel, please subscribe. Tell your friends and family if they're into this stuff. Have a great game, everybody. Talk to you soon. I'll be back Monday night at 7 Eastern for Penguins in Philly, where hopefully we rip off 3 or 4 of our last 4 games of the year. Have a great night, everybody. Stay safe. See you soon. Go Penguins.